All right, for the next stage, we're gonna put this orange fabric over the cover. It's big enough, but it's got this big hole in the middle, so hopefully there's a spot that I can find that makes it work. It's kind of nice look. Do you like it? I like it. Anyway, what I'm gonna do, got my outside cover here. Oh, got my fabric there. Get stuff. Come on. I can see, so it's gonna be about there. I'm gonna give myself a little extra. I'm gonna cut extra so that I can wrap it around. It's pretty thin. It also looks like, since the hole's here, my cover's there, I got plenty. It looks like I can just cut right along this seam, get enough for this whole cover. So that's what I'm gonna do. I might actually get a little cut. I'll just rip it. Look at that. Boom. Trick. So that there's a darker pattern and a lighter pattern. So there's an outside and inside. The outside down. I'm gonna lay the outside of the cover on that. And there's also there's a grain to the fabric. There's a warp and a weft, or a warp and a weft, or a weave. No, weave's different. Warp and a weft. Isn't a weave like part like a hairstyle? Yeah, that's okay. Warp and a weft. So I'm gonna try and get those lines that you can see in fabric and look close up. And we get those, try and make those parallel to the lines of the book. All right. That's all good. It's all clean. That's good. Prepped, ready to go. I'm gonna center this best I can. I'm just gonna overlap a little bit like that. That's a lot. Should be okay though. See how it goes. Actually, no, it's not. Let's trim these edges so that they're nice and straight. Fabric tears very nicely. So little cut. Little cut. And then rip it. Oh, rip. Okay, got that. So now I'm going to put glue on the cover so that this fabric attaches to the glue. And I'm going to do it, try as much of this as I can. I'm do it about here. I'm going to mark it. Yep, so there you go. And the corners are going to be interesting and a little tricky. I'll cut those first. So now I've marked, I've got a couple of lines that I can see on the cover. So I know that the area that needs to be glued, that needs to be glued, that needs to be glued. I'm going to do a similar technique as I did before. For the corners, I think we'll probably do that now. So the corners, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go out from the corner a little bit. And it's been a while. What do you think about it? All right, so for the corners, this corner is right here, and I'm going to go a little out, like out a little bit, a little ways, because there is a thickness to this board. So I'm going to go out a little ways. It's Let's mark it. Maybe like there. A little higher. And I'm going to cut with my X-Acto blade. Slight taper this way. And a slight taper this way. So this creates an obtuse angle. It's not a right angle. It's not a acute angle. It is obtuse, like some people I know. We go out a little bit and take the razor blade. Make a nice cut. And I have this, this surface that I can cut on. You should be sure to do the same. And make sure that all of your appendages and digits are behind the cutting surface, so that you're not going to slip and cut into your digit. So all of these digits are behind the cutting direction. That's what I mean. So now when this gets wrapped over, it shows a little bit of that purple, and that shows a little bit of that purple. I'm going to tighten up that little corner. When I get to it. Guys, hit record again. I'm going around cutting those corners. I mean, I'm cutting corners, but I'm not cutting corners. You know what I mean? Don't cut corners, but cut the corners. Don't cut your digits. All right. That's kind of my layout. That's what I got going on. Got my marks. Let's glue it. Yeah, screw it. I mean glue it. Screw it. Yeah, this is not the ideal way to put glue. But didn't T-Pain write that song? Make that stuff work? I'm trying to do like a thin, even coat. I'm not worried about getting it super precise or exact. Perfection does not exist. We should find the beauty of the imperfections. That's why we're savvy. However, that's not an excuse for poor craftsmanship. Quickly enough. How quick that goes. All right, here we go. Make sure this is lined up. We're just going to pull this over. Pull this down, it kind of sticks. And if any of you have taken painting, if any of you have stretched canvas before, that's kind of what I'm doing here. I'm doing one side, and I'm doing the other. Right there. Whoa! I'm doing the other. I'm kind of pulling in from both sides, which is going to stretch the fabric a little bit, hopefully make it nice and taut. On the other side, why do they even bother? Now we'll do this side, pull that tight. I'm getting glue on my hands, but that's okay. So it washes off. Got that stuck okay. Looks all right. Pretty good, yeah? All right with that. Now I'm going to attend to these corners a little bit. This is not ideal for the glue. I want to be more precise than like squeezing the whole tub. So I'll put this irritating. Oh, I don't know what's worse. Put a little bit in the corner and fold that over. Try to keep that edge, try to like have a folded edge. Kind of like that, if that's in focus from the camera. I like that. So we'll squeeze a little bit into this corner. Squeeze along this edge here. Squeeze along this edge. Dude, I need 2 hands to squeeze this out. This is so frustrating. All right. I'm going to try to fold this down a little bit away. Put that stuff there. And then have it kind of fold under. Might be a little thicker right there. But the idea is that we don't see the edge of the fabric, the threads, those bits. This is where someone would speed up the film. Seriously, I gotta clean this, man. No, ready, pause. Well, I switched tops. This one should be less irritating, but good Lord, man. Not worth it. Well, seriously, what does like glue cost? $1? Is that worth the aggravation? Can we just have stuff that works, you know? I'm putting a little on the surface because I know it's going to go through the fabric. Stick there. I don't want this edge to unravel. All right, last one. Along one edge, along the other edge. Maybe a little in the middle. Definitely in that corner. Cap doesn't even close. Got one cap that won't flow, and another cap that flows but it won't close. So that's super useful. Sarcasm, it's not useful at all. Not useful at all. All right. There are the corners. There's the cover. Try and keep glue up the front. Glue is kind of all in the back. I don't know if you can see the darker areas where it's kind of come through a bit. So I got it wrapped with some frustration. There you go. That's going to be the sketchbook, notebook, composition book, idea book cover. Next, we're going to put the paper on the inside, cover up the rest of that. Brand new.